Hi, ladies. It's Doona here. Thanks for tuning in. So, today we're going to focus on the upper body, mostly the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, our chest. This is going to be a feel good practice, just like any practice. Please do grab your strap. If you don't have a strap, anything that's similar to a strap would be nice. And if you don't have anything with you, don't worry. And then I always like to grab my 2 blocks. Feel free to grab your blanket or bolster. Okay, so we're actually going to get started in a comfortable seated position, just like this. Feel free to grab your blanket or your block to sit on. And let's cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Shimmy out any goodness out of your sit bones. Rest your hands on top of your thighs. Stack your shoulders directly over your hips. Notice if there's any overarching through your lower back, or if there's too much rounding in the lower back. So focus on lifting up through the side waist, lift your front ribs, lift your back ribs, but keep your shoulders down. A lot of space between your shoulders and your ears here. Okay, now close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Notice if your breathing is a little short. Maybe it's long today. So just taking notice. Depending how far along you are, at least for me, I felt shortness of breath throughout my entire pregnancy. First trimester, second, and now that I'm in my third, it's coming back. So for me, it's kind of been on and off with the shortness of breath. So if that's the same case for you, know that it's completely normal. And our yoga practice, our breathing practice is going to really help you find fresh air and long breaths, allowing you to relax. One more breath here. Breathe in and let it go. Good. Gently blink your eyes open. You're going to grab your strap. Bring the strap over your head. And let's start off with widening your strap for the first few rounds, just to warm up through your shoulders. Bring the strap behind you without bending your elbows. Then as you rise back up, you're going to bring the strap in front of you. So just making circles here, lubricating the shoulder joints, warming it up, warming through the upper back, your arms, sitting up nice and tall the entire time. And then as you start to warm up your shoulders, then feel free to make the strap a little bit shorter. So everyone's going to be different, obviously, depending how tight you feel today. Again, try to keep your elbows straight. The moment you have to bend your elbows is the moment you have to widen the strap. Okay, so you don't want to do it ever. Yoga is about honoring your body, honoring your practice. It's good to challenge yourself, but again, it's all about feeling good, especially while you're pregnant. You never want to overdo it here. All right, a few more times. So you should already feel the heat build in within your shoulders. Warming up the muscles. Now bring the strap over your head and let's take a side body stretch over to the right. Feel free to drop your right hand all the way towards the floor. You could widen the strap if you need. Then pull the strap up using your left hand. So you're finding length through both sides of your body, keeping your left sit bone grounded. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean over to the left. Again, with or without your left hand touching the floor. There's no right or wrong. But keep your chest open. Peel your right shoulder slightly back. Keep your navel in. Lengthen your tailbone down. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, back over to the right. Now this time you're going to move breath to movement on your own. Feel free to speed it up if you like. Finish off on the left side and we'll meet back in center. Once you're back to center, release the strap to the side. You will need it in a little bit, but for now, just go ahead and roll out your shoulders. Good. From here, reach your arms over your head, interlace your fingers, and place your hands behind your neck. On your inhale, open your elbows, arch your upper back, open your chest, and gaze up. So you're slightly leaning the back of your head against your hands. And as you exhale, round your upper back, connect your chin towards your chest, draw your elbows in. Inhale, cow pose, arch. Get into your big lat muscles, finding that nice flexion through your upper back or extension. And as you exhale, find flexion, rounding your upper back. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. From here, reach your hands in front of you, sit up nice and tall, and then shift forward, hinging from your hips, lengthening your lower back, lengthening through your mid back, keeping your chest lifted. Just find that nice extension through your arms. Inhale, slowly rise. Good. Go ahead and switch your right ankle on top. Shimmy out any goodness out of your sit bones and grab your strap in your right hand. So bring your right hand behind your neck, left hand on top of your right elbow. Then press your right elbow down, walking your right hand towards the mid back, towards the lower back, as much as you can, again, without overdoing. Okay, so you're more than welcome to stay here. Get more into the right shoulder, into the tricep. Otherwise, flip your left palm and take a bind behind your back. Either interlace your fingers or you have your strap with you, grab your strap. You're going to find a slight extension through your upper back, so you're slightly arching, opening up through the chest. But keep your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your chin away from your chest. Both sit bones firmly grounded. How gracefully can you breathe? Can you soften your jaw? Relax all your face muscles here. Last inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release your hands, then release your arms. Good. You could go ahead and roll it out. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Bring the strap in your left hand behind the neck, right hand on top of the left elbow. So you're slightly just pressing your elbow behind your head, left hand down towards your lower back. If you stayed here, hold for about 5 breaths. Otherwise, take a full cow face bite and hold in here for 5 breaths. Feel free to close your eyes, come back to the present. Gaze is straight forward. Last inhale. And then exhale, slowly release. Good. Roll it out here. Awesome. Let's come into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers out wide. Hands shoulder width apart. Lift your hips, creating an upside down V shape with your body. Depending how far along you are, feel free to walk your feet as wide as you need. Bend your knees. It's okay if your heels lift up, but see if you can lift your toes up as well. Roll your inner thighs back. Hug the belly in. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Gaze forward. Exhale. Walk your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Runner's lunge. Drop your left knee. Stack your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Then as you inhale, reach your right arm up. Good. From here, bend your right hand, elbow, right hand behind your neck, and start to open up through that right shoulder. Lean your upper body back, gazes up, open through your upper back here. So focus on really twisting from the shoulders, inviting lots of space around your stomach. Lean forward, drop your hips, last breath. And then as you exhale, release your right hand, lift your left knee, then bring your right foot to center. Good. From here, redrop your left knee and let's rise up to crescent moon. Lift your torso, lift your arms over your head. Stack your right knee over right ankle. Drive your right outer hip back, then squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale. And as you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, palms connect. Inhale, chest expansion. Press your fist down towards the back of your left thigh. Lift up through your lower back, lift your chest a little higher, then lean your shoulders back. Gazes maybe up. Inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands. Plant your palms and let's meet back in downward facing dog. Spread your fingers out wide. Press evenly into all 10 fingertips. Switching sides. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop your left knee. Inhale, twist over to the left. Open that left shoulder. Lean your left shoulder back. Left hand behind your neck. And imagine you're just leaning your head against your left hand. That way you're going to feel more opening through your upper back. Getting that nice big stretch into your big lat muscles, opening up through your chest. To get more into your hips, feel free to drop your hips down. Breathing here. Shoulders away from ears. Last inhale. And as you exhale, release your left hand. Lift your right knee and walk your left foot to center. So just for a moment here, then drop your right knee right away. Inhale, crescent moon. Take your time. Frontal hip bone squared. Draw your navel in. Hug your front ribs in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, interlace the opposite grip behind your lower back. Inhale, chest expansion. 3 breaths. So it does require some balancing. Keep hugging your outer hips in, like you're trying to squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Last inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Feel free to drop to child's pose at any time throughout your practice. One more breath here. Breathe in. And let it go. Good. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step your right foot between your thumbs. If you're in your 3rd trimester or even your 2nd, that doesn't feel good, you could always step your right foot to the outside of that right hand. Then let's set up for warrior 1. Drop your left heel, point your left toe slightly out. So most of you ladies, since you will be in your second or third trimester, bring your feet about hip width rather than heel to heel alignment. So once your right knee is over your right ankle, inhale warrior one. Rise all the way up. Once you're in your warrior one, feel free to readjust. You might have to draw that right hip back, roll your left inner thigh back, square your shoulders, hug your front ribs in. Once you find your warrior one, find stillness. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale, eagle arms, left arm underneath your right, either back of your hands to touch or palms to touch. Lift your elbows to shoulder height. Then re-square your shoulders. Press your hands away from your face. Gazing deeper into that front knee. Open your hips. Breathe in. And as you exhale, release your bind. Downward facing dog. If you have chaturanga in your practice and you like to take your chaturangas, please feel free to do so. Couple more breaths here. Good. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, low lunge. Set up your warrior one feet. Right toe should be about 45-degree angle. Left knee stacks over your left ankle. You should feel that deep stretch into your right psoas, into the hip flexor. Remember, warrior one, your hips will never be fully square to the top of the mat. The right hip is slightly open. But do peel your left shoulder back. Breathing. Keep your right heel grounded. Inhale. Exhale, eagle arms. Right arm underneath the left, single or double wrap. Keep pulling your forearms away from your face, getting this stretch into your shoulders and upper back. Try not to lose the depth in your front knee. Try not to lose your breath as well. Inhale. And as you exhale, release your bind. Plant your hands, downward facing dog. Good. Let's all drop to child's pose. Big toes to touch. Knees wide apart. As you keep your forehead grounded, walk your palms together to touch so your thumbs points up. Then bend your elbows and place your thumbs behind your neck. Walk your elbows forward as much as you can. Melt your chest down. Sink your hips towards your heels. Good. Straighten your arms. Inhale. Tabletop position. And let's meet back in downward facing dog. All right, so let's drop into dolphin pose. You're going to drop your elbows, forearms parallel to one another. I like to bring the elbows slightly in. Spread your fingers out wide. Relax your head. From there, you're going to walk your feet forward towards your shoulders as much as you can. So it's basically downward facing dog, but we're just on our shoulders, or rather on our forearms, to open up the upper body here. You should also feel the deep stretch into your calves as well as your hamstrings. Spine is long. There's no rounding in the upper back. Push your chest back towards your thighs. Feel free to bend your knees a lot. Last breath. And then as you exhale, walk your feet back to forearm plank. Then lower just your hips. Again,
especially if you're in your second or third trimester. Do not lie on your belly. And then start to straighten out your arms. So you're lifting your elbows. Again, you're not lying on your belly. If you're in your first, that's okay. So you're basically on your hips. If this is too much tension for your lower back, feel free to skip this one. Good. All right, drop your elbows. Let's come up to a seated position. Awesome. From here, either come into hero's pose. I like fixed firm, bringing my heels to the outside of my outer glutes. You could also sit on a block or two. Both sit bones grounded, hands on top of your thighs. So just like the beginning of our practice, shoulders over hips. Keep your navel in. Sit up tall. Feel free to close your eyes and drop your right ear towards the right shoulder. If you like, you could gently place your right hand on top of left ear and guide your right cheek down. Good. Other side. So a common symptom for pregnancy is lower back pain, but for some you might notice more tightness through the upper body as well. A lot of things are going on with us, lots of changes. So remember, they're all interconnected. I know at least for me, I'm feeling a little bit more tightness to the shoulders and the upper back here too, and the neck. You can go ahead and make some circles. Good. Go ahead and roll out your shoulders. Good. And then when you're done, let's go ahead and lie down on our backs. Ending our practice with the final twist. Drop your left leg down, hug your right knee into your right shoulder, and cross your right knee over your body. Again, don't twist so deep, especially from your belly, as we do not want to compress it. Focus more on opening up through the shoulders by dropping your right upper back down. So really extend through that right arm. Today is an upper body practice, so focus more on that rather than the lower body twisting. Good, and let's go ahead and switch sides. Scoot your hips slightly over to the left before you cross your left knee over your body. Straighten out your left arm. Gazes to the left. Good. Come back to center. Scoot your hips back to center. If you're in your first or second trimester, feel free to stay in your Shavasana on your back. Otherwise, meet me in fetal position and we'll stay here for at least 2 breaths in your practice. It's a good way, Shavasana is a good way to end the practice, letting go of the practice, just being present and finding that stillness. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Namaste.